3, 2, 1, fire. Point fire.
Can I hear? Let me make sure I can hear myself this morning. People. Let me see what I'm working. All right, I'm working. hmm I'm working. Hold on one second. And I'm back like that. What's up, Mama Quill? Thank you for tapping in, beloved. Been riding with me. Thank you. How you doing? How you doing? Good morning, everybody that's decided to tap in with old Otis. Well, how you doing? The lovely Wanda Smith. How you doing? How you doing? I gotta get on that myself. Yep, I'm in the building. How you beautiful ladies doing? Thank y'all for tapping in. And everybody else that's tapping in. Thank you. See my brother be loud and tapped in too. Thank y'all for tapping in, in. New one, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I hit that like button for Otis as you coming in. I know I'm like 6 minutes late, but I was on my way. How you doing, loving me? Thank you for tapping in. How you doing? How you doing? Let me get this together. Let me get all this together. How you doing? Well, like I say, it is. It is. It's cold up this way. How y'all doing? The lovely Sherry Allen has entered the building. Loving me. How you doing? How you doing? How y'all doing? I love when the women come see Otis. Ain't nothing like coming seeing Otis. Y'all give me hope. Even though I'm off the market, I'm telling you, give me hope. You make Spacely believe he can believe. Well, how y'all beautiful people doing? Did y'all enjoy last night interview with the king, Maurice Davis of the Party Blues and News? What's up, Concrete? Thank you for tapping in. Did y'all enjoy yourself tapping in with Maurice Davis yesterday as he came on in and gave what he can do for the second ward? Y'all let me know how y'all felt about the interview yesterday. I'm just asking. How y'all feel about last night? How you doing, the lovely Terry Nixon in the building? Hey, yeah. Hey, listen, I'm nervous. It's all outdoor concrete. My boys got to play tonight. But hey, listen, that Purdue and Wilson, that what was it? Purdue and Texas, that was a hell of a game. The lovely Carolyn Hendricks is in the building. Hey, concrete, facts. I mean, I know sometimes people I look at it like this. I mean, it's politics, but the king was talking his talk. And to me, I think he was hitting on a lot of points. Like we at what's today, 327. People don't understand. Like come to April 1st, and I got to give a shout out to Sally Belly. Like she said, she came up there. What people might have forgot when the young lady came up there to council, and she said how many houses was going to be took. This is like that. That's going to be rough. That's going to be rough. And I get what Maurice Davis was saying. What's up, the lovely Miss Eunice, and tapped in with me. How you doing, beloved? I get what Maurice was saying last night, and like I said, even with him coming over here, we might don't be the taste, but. But hey, he came over, and I didn't even get to catch his show last night. I was supposed to catch his show. He dropped some. He dropped some knowledge last night. He dropped some knowledge last night. Look, we're in political season. I don't understand what people would be scared to take their chances and come on and get your message out. I don't get it, but nevertheless, it is what it is. But I feel like some of the stuff he was talking What's up, Common Sense? Thank you for tapping in. The lovely Miss Teresa and joined with us this morning. How you doing, beloved? What's up, Michael B? I think, like I say, once again, I give a shout out to Joel, Juantez, Art, and Maurice. You know what I'm saying? They listen. They don't mind coming up here. People acting like it's the den of thieves up this way. What's up, Katie? Thank you for tapping in. Like Katie said, man, please like, share, and subscribe on your way in. Because as you're gonna see, winter's gonna double up. Usually winters only come through Monday through Friday. She gonna give y'all a blessing this Sunday. How you doing? The lovely Luana Terry and tapped in. What's up, Snuff? What is this? Snuff Gideon coming from Berlin. Thank you for tapping in. How you doing, the lovely Shem? She said good morning, beautiful family. And Mickey, you and Winters was on point. I really enjoyed the show, my Reese's King. Hey, for sure. Thank you, beloved, for tapping in with us. And I don't know if I miss you or not, Sweet Cupcake, but I'm gonna say you again. How you doing? Thank you for tapping in. Sweet cupcake on break. I mean, listen, I look at it like this. Listen, Maurice got up on it like he said, ask him anything. Oh, for sure, Katie. I ain't tripping. It's Friday. It's Friday. So, I ain't tripping off of it. Like the ones who don't come on, I'm not tripping. But I do appreciate the ones, like I said, even things I have to look at on certain things I need to do. But you cannot be scared. I think what it is, and I tell people this all the time, in my humble opinion, I think people get caught up on how they might play games and then they think you would do them how they getting did, how they might have did some people. Like, that was the first time, and I got to give a shout out to Stanley Wood. This was my first time, and the firm number can tell you usually when I find out about something that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? My man running for the fourth ward wanted to get the questions in advance, like things like that should tell you. I'm not saying, man, I'm not saying I was at the gym this morning getting in there. I'm not saying that the gentleman that was one, he might be a good person. Who knows? He might do what need to be done for the fourth ward, but it seemed kind of strange that you would want the questions in advance. That right there, like it seemed kind of strange. It seemed kind of strange. What is like why you want to be prepared for it? And that to me is called cheating. Like if we're gonna give you the stuff in advance for you can go back with whoever you with, go over the questions, do it. No, you supposed to be able to come on. You already know what you're gonna do. That means he's down with the mayor. LO. Hey, Tony Terry, you might be on to something. What's up, good brother? Thank you for tapping in anyway. The good brother from Miami-Dade County, 305 in the building. Good morning, Denise Cousins. I would not forget about you. I was on my way back, beloved, but thank you for tapping in. So but I do like I mean, but this some of the stuff you gonna go through. You know what, Tony? I don't know. Maybe he thought that's how the game is played around here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe that's why you see certain people go to certain people's shows. Because believe me, I do believe. You know what I'm saying? That certain people who might don't like us all. Like a lot of they how they already have an opinion about us from other people. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe if me or Winters would what she did the Flinter now. You see how they love her over there. I do believe maybe if I went and did some other people podcast, they would probably try to come on. I mean, they'd probably come up with some stuff like, let's see if we can get them with a got you moment. How you feel about are y'all messy over there? I would believe I would probably get that from some immature people who would be trying to get some shock value. But I wouldn't be afraid to answer. They was like, no, I was like, we just reporting the news. We reporting how we get stuff. Like, can you be really mad about that? With people giving us stuff? But you know what, Tony Terry, and I agree with you. I ain't gonna just say the mayor. I ain't gonna just say the mayor. You know, I believe it's a lot of people who running around here doing that. And you're right. That's a red flag for me too, Concrete. When I say like how a lot of people be sitting up here like rolling with, I listen, man. Listen. We not no fools. Like people might think we don't get certain information back when stuff be said. Good morning, the lovely Tasha Lynn has entered the building. Thank you, beloved. Thank you for tapping in. You know, people like they don't think we probably get them backdoor conversations, what they call them them closed meeting conversations. Well, you know, endless name. I'll tell you this: probably just sleep on it and then come back tomorrow and you tell me. I think I just think to be honest with you, when I hear people can get their opinions made up from other people, I don't really. I'll be like, listen, you can't think for yourself. You going by what other people saying. I don't pay it no mind. I just be like, oh well, because I was probably told to not mess with several people. You know what I'm saying? And I say it all the time. The way you might have a relationship with somebody, they might don't be like that with me and vice versa. Because I done looked at some people, man, like how you cool with them. But they 100 with them. And you can't be mad at that. You see what New one said, the 4-4 guy wanted to do a role in Martin. Yeah. But that just show you where how this to me, a lot of these people feel like the entitlement is coming on. But see, to me, I look at it like this, New when they get this from the mayor and the state rep. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. I think, well, thank you for tapping in. Endless name, thank you. Endless nameless, thank you for telling for tapping in. I just look at it like when you see them, but see, this is the stuff that has been did. Well, good morning, Miss Tia. They was not forced to have to do debates. Thank you for tapping in, Fanbo Podcast. Thank you. I'm just saying, I just think when we when I ain't never maybe I was not paying attention, but I thought the mayors them always did debates. Can somebody enlighten me and tell me when did we stop having debates? Because I'm pretty sure I knew Weaver, Dr. Weaver, the former mayor, and the current mayor Neely, that they did a debate. Well, the first time when she was running for her reelection. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure when they did the state reps, they had debates. I'm just trying to figure out this happened up under when he got in. What's up, Philip Johnson? And they just stopped doing debates. Like, how did this get like this? Had they been freezing people out? Because I'm pretty sure when the mayor was the state rep, it was radio shows, and I'm not trying to bring nothing up to get people mad. I'm just saying it was radio shows going on at that time. Hey, KD, facts. Facts. What's up, my fellow 7-4? He didn't tapped in. Can you answer that for me, T? When did we stop having debates far as these council people and the mayor? When did that stop? Did it just stop under when Neely became mayor? Or was it this ain't nothing new with the current, they didn't have to have no debates. Let me see what Mark Hutchinson saying. The man running for the 4-4 council. What possible got you question could there be for the 4-4? I can't even think of one. Me neither. That's what like I didn't understand. See, Jelly Donut said, shit, I don't know if any small town have debates with each other. I don't think any local municipalities have debates. My fellow Seventh Warden said under Neely. Damn. She said right up under Neely. And that's what I'm saying. So much stuff happened. Just like it didn't went. But I'm just not gonna say he the main corporate because he had help able to do this. Whether we want to say it was the Democratic Party with the help of the Republican Party. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to start putting, party affiliations on it too. Let's see what Concrete Jungle. Whether you agree with the candidates who came on or not, at least they were willing to answer whatever questions were asked of them. Anyone who needs to be prepared for a 30-minute interview is suspect. But that tell you, but see what it is, they really going for they really see, they want to come in with like, oh, they just gonna do this. They gonna be, because we do get on here, let me say, we do talk junk. That's just part of us on here. We have to entertain y'all too. We just can't be up on here. Well, today's show is Jane Chase Rob around the corner. We got to put some on it. You got to be kind of entertaining. You're going to get one to sounding like Mr. Peachy. You're going to get one to sounding like Joe King. Or maybe every blue moon she'll do a Tanya Burns. Or maybe she'll do that's how you're going to keep people, viewing you, but you getting truth with it. Maybe some of it, some people might don't like it because it's them being talked about. Hell, I would be mad too if I messed up some money, allegedly, at the housing commission and I get a 50. I would have loved it, but you think I would have wanted that out there? No. It said, my town down. Even vote for mayor. They just rotate a bunch of duds. I feel you. It said the last one was in 2024 locally, but if I remember right, Neely backed out of that one. Facts. Right. He only did that one when it was him, Mays, and Weaver. He took ass whooping. Who we talking about? I was what? I was talking about when the last time we had debates. I'm saying, was it up under the Neely administration, or was it up under? Shit, Mickey, I just said. Let me see, Philip Johnson. It irks me that a lot of ads for the state level are based on whether or not a candidate voted for Trump. Yeah, I was just saying. It said debates don't interest me because they all talk just to say what people want to hear. I want to know what they actually did with proof and what they're doing. I think if you had the debates and you can get questions, you can really come with questions, and especially if you also like how we do it. The firm get the questions. They even take from when went to the tell them, put it out there. Hey, if you want to know, y'all want some stuff, add it, put it on, she'll make a post, or Marcy make they have a post and reboot. And if you want some of your questions asked, they'll put it in there. We're not coming on here being disrespectful. Like, you know what I'm saying? There'd be some jokey jokes, you know what I'm saying? That's just what we do. But I do believe if you had real people, now I'm gonna tell you the one would let me know was a sham was the 7 Ford. I forgot. I know it's the Evergreen something. Dylan Luna was there. Was a lady behind, and when they threw it, and the people, that's when I first ran into Brother Elliott when he cussed them out and left because you couldn't ask no questions. You can see how biased they was to the lovely Jan Marie Arbor and how they was uh, more suited to Candace liking to highlight her. You know what I'm saying? That's when it really, to me, when I seen the fix was in. It said if they can back up what they say with something real and substantial, that will work. But talk alone isn't anymore. Nah, I mean, because but see, really, this how the system has been. They'd love to come out there. Just look with Trump. He said he was going to he was going to release the Epstein files. Then it was nothing there. They all do it. That's just like Joe Biden had the blacks. Hey, you got to vote. Just think about it. You're not black if you don't vote for me. Like, look at some of the stuff we get told. Roland Martin told Ice Cube, hold up, when Biden get up in there. And and like I say, Maurice caught flack for him going to talk to Trump or having how he feel about Trump. Like, to me, I don't think that should really kill nobody. In my humble opinion, that should have hurted him how we went crazy. Because I'll say it again. We soon to forget. We forgave Biden. We forgave Biden. People, we forgave the Clintons. And what about the 94 crime bill or the 90? I think it's the 94 crime bill, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 95. 95. What's up, JoJo Freeman? Thank you for tapping in. You see what JoJo say, we coming from Flint, Poison City, USA. I'm just saying, like, we forgive them. And I get it. People losing their health care. Let me see. I don't think y'all are all bad. Otherwise, I wouldn't be. I'm just going. No problem. I'm just. But we've been. To me, I'm just saying, in my humble opinion, we got to get some people, and going back to the fourth ward candidate, because that's what I was talking about him wanting the questions in advance. I shouldn't be allegedly him wanting the questions in advance, and I was just saying that's what it made me think about the debates that has been going on, like why we ain't been having none of it. But I get it why we ain't had no debates though. Like I said, that one I seen for the seventh ward. When I seen Dylan Luna and the other lady and the organization that they had, I was like, the fix is in. That's why I look at the school board when I see these same people. When I see these same people on these different boards who I be seeing playing the game, it'd be like, God, you ain't getting no help. The fix is in. What's up, Mr. Classic? Let me see. Hillary called us predators. Good morning, Mickey. Hey, thank you. Facts, Mr. Classic, but we let that slide. Let's see what Mama quit. 810 may not, 810 may not be for everyone, but they are for those of us who want the facts with no chaser. But we do like the impersonations for sure. Let's see what my fellow 740. Real talk, the Evergreen Block Watch leaders don't care for Jan Marie, and Candace gave them then that money. And that's who they was. It was the Evergreen. Thank you. I knew you knew it. I don't know why I didn't go to you shooting the shit, T. Shame on me. Right. There was the Evergreen Block watchers, leaders. Yeah, I was there. Well, even though we was in the back, but we was recording it. When I see you think I would look at them, and don't get me wrong, I'm telling you, I saw Jan Marie get them held at the Republican when they had their gathering at the public library when they was doing their thing down there. And I understood it, like I said, to me, she yeah, you know, I gotta just I'm just up here for going back over some of last night and what's going on. I was because me and Unc was supposed to come on, but he had something to do, so I wasn't gonna go over what me and him was going because he had his notes and everything. I'll just hold that for when he come back next week and we can go over what he was talking about. Let me see. Austin Catesby came to city council. Let me see. Came to city council just as a concerned resident, saying things he'd like to see happen on Flint with new council vote. In the picture they post says Austin reached out to him to help. I get it, but only thing I'm looking at, I get what you're saying, but I gotta see it. In my humble opinion, I gotta see it. I mean, like you said, a lot of them. I see what Philip's saying. A lot of them will come in and say they're gonna do this. Cause just look at LaShawn. Go back over that. I'm not a Neely girl. She ain't been nothing but a Neely girl since she been on there. Ain't been nothing but a Neely girl. Let me see. Hey, facts, new one. Facts. Roland Martin gave Hillary Clinton debate questions for her debate with facts, but then nobody say nothing. Said you have to be able to appeal to the entire demographic. And that's what I think a lot of them be like they scared. Now I knew you was talking about Trump, new one. Said getting questions ahead of time is what administrations need to do with the city council. This is crazy. And let me see. It's not like they don't see notices and agendas or minutes, but maybe then they'll have to the info handy when it's asked for. Hey, listen, I don't think they even want to give out information. Uh, Mark Hutchinson. So Jan Marie saw that at that debate and still wasn't smart enough to run to 810 to get her message out. She deserved to lose. I'm trying to. Good morning, Constance. Thank you for tapping in, beloved. You know what, Mark? I gotta put this up. You know what, Mark? That's how a lot. But see what it is. It wasn't that. Yeah, she seen it, but what it is, it's a certain segment that, and me and Winters are probably go in detail on the members only show. It's just, I give you a little hint. Y'all remember when Art was on here? When Art said, "Yeah, it's a lot of people saying they don't come on there." This is nothing new. To be honest with y'all, I just want. This is nothing new, and that's how they be. They get with a certain crew that still hold grudges with me and Sister Winters. It's a certain group that still got they beef with me and her. Not really with the mayor. It's really about me and her. And that's really what the beef is about. And it's like, we ain't the ones keeping y'all from where y'all trying to go. Now, we might talk junk, but we talk junk about both sides. It ain't like we didn't spare the mayor over here, but I can say this, and I'll say it again. When I see that man in public, I can say he's because I know he in campaign mode. But before he was in campaign, if I was seeing him in the farmers market, hey, how you doing? Seen him at the library, he thought I was gonna try to set him up, which I wasn't. I was not gonna set him up. So I was like, but he always speak, hey man, just keep telling the truth. And I said I am. And that's when I kind of cut the camera. I was telling him, dude, I wouldn't, we not that type. We're gonna put some questions in there you should be able to answer. Maybe we might don't like them, but you should be able to answer them. And that's how what my conversation was to him. But the other ones, we'll see each other. They can't speak. Sometimes they crew can't speak. Don't get it twisted. I'll be laughing. But they only do that if they leaders is there. They won't speak. The only one, I'm going to keep it 100, who would speak was Miss Taylor. And that's why I didn't understand, but now everything, I guess, blew over a little bit. You get something to come speak. And I got to say, Mama Claire McClinton always spoke. I'm going to be honest with you. I can count on one hand, probably one finger if we use the joints, on how many of them, you know what I'm saying? So that's what you running into now. And I'm not mad at them. That be my thing. Like, I'm not mad. You got to do what you got to do. We got to do what we got to do. And it's funny to me. I be laughing. Let me see. I can't wait. She want talking to me. Let me see what shooting the shit T said. The churches run a lot in these political streets. Candace went to Ebenezer along with Galloway, and they have a lot of pull with the Southside church people, my fellow 740. And y'all know today $5 Friday. I usually don't like to ask y'all, but I'm going to double back and come this evening with it. I mean, and you know what? And that's what it is to me. A lot of these is church people. A lot of these is church people. And and that's why I be laughing. I ain't mad. I'll be like, you can't put your personal, okay, for a side part, you can represent me. And you, I ain't saying no names to nobody. I'm just saying certain things that you see play out, but I get it. I get it. Let me see what Katie said, what we got to speak out. She said, we have to speak about the classism within the black community. Facts. What Philip said. And the classism is driven by racism, but that's not news. We have to get off our butts and pick up some phones. And those of us who can, go see more people and talk face to face. Yeah, that's what I feel like your ground game should be good. But see, a lot of time these people can't even put their pettiness, see, because they only see the fault in you. They don't see what they might have done. That, and I do understand when they say accountability. Sometimes people don't want to look at themselves. So it's easier to look outward. Oh, this person did this. I'll give you an example. I wouldn't have got caught drinking and driving if you wouldn't have told. No, you shouldn't have been drinking. Like, well, I had to go take him home. You should have said, look, man, I'm too buzzed. I can't get you there. I gotta sleep this off. But we'll do something, but we'll blame the other person for what we didn't, for what we didn't done. What's up, Shotty Shard? Thank you for tapping in. And I mean, and that's how we, but we get caught up until our pettiness. We get mad at people. And listen, I'm not exempt of it because I hold grudges. But me looking at it now, like, and like I was having a conversation with a man, I was having a conversation with a brother. Like he was telling me, he was like, man, this brother, intelligent brother. Some will call him a wise one, an OG. He was like, man, if we ain't killed each other, man, it did nothing like that. Then drew blood. All that just talking stuff, man, you gotta let that go. And I was like, damn. And you know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about it, and and I was like, yeah, that do make sense. Like, dude, we caught up in a lot of emotions because we can't get what we want. And I was like, I'm just saying, I was sitting up like, damn, thanks, Granny G. And she said, go blue and go green. You heard? What's up, Andre Holland, the good brother, then tapped in. She said, I just sent you Arthur Woodson post for speaking on churches and pastors. Very nice with written and informative. Yeah, I was looking at it this morning. I was reading it. But ain't nothing gonna really change, to be honest with you. Shit, because we on the same wavelength. I just had this conversation with someone because we're on the same wavelength, Constance. Let me see what Philip said. Humans is humans. We all get mad, but if we don't talk to each other, we sink when we should rise and lift each other up. Respect. No, yeah, but we don't know how to let it go. Like I told you, y'all listen, man. I was determined not to do something with no people. And some things I kind of do feel bad about, and some I don't. When I'm like, okay, well, you and this person don't deal with each other. Oh, I didn't win and did this, and when the people no longer here, you be like, damn, maybe I should have did this. But sometimes, to me, disrespect for words can be, you can say some things where we just ain't gonna be able to come from, in my humble opinion. It's some things we're not gonna be able to come from. I'm gonna just be honest with you, and that's probably one of my biggest things is letting go. Like, let it go. Some things, and I'm saying even doing this business. What's up, the lovely Deborah Luna then tapped in. I be like, to me, it's sometimes hard for me to let certain stuff go. When we done threw words out there and said certain things, but Winters is my witness. And this was the not, I was being naive. We would still see some of these people out because I took it like this is not street stuff. We talk out, y'all talk y'all junk. Cause some stuff I would be like you need your ass whooped. In my humble opinion. But then when I would be seeing, I'll be like, okay, I guess this just talking. Cool, I ain't tripping. Let's go ahead, let's move forward. But then when you start seeing, and with me, it's like, when you get too disrespectful, I'll just leave you over there. You can be, because you can have your opinion and believe in it. But me, it'd be like when I be seeing some of the things, like the putting the police on people, something I'm just not gonna forgive you for that. You know what I'm saying? A person voicing their opinion. I don't know nobody who ain't talked about nobody. Like, oh, this person get on my nerves. Sometimes you got to know how to separate when a person just frustrated, maybe venting, and he's not spitting venom. Venting and venom is two different things. You have people dropping venom on you and smiling in your face. A person venting and saying, look, man, this is like I vent on y'all to when I be like, listen, this damn winter's late. That's venting. Me spitting venom is a total different thing. And I think sometimes when a lot of people be, it's been a lot of venom spit on 810. It ain't been venting, it's been venting, it's been venom. Let me see what new one said. Candidates need to have a clear written plan, easy to understand. I have yet to see this with no vision with the people with no vision, the people were prepared. It's not because they've been saying they didn't have to come prepared. New one. This ain't nothing new. I mean, I'm not trying to say ain't nothing new, but people don't know how to come prepared because they used to. They seeing, and I'm not trying to be funny and nothing. I'm being honest. They seen first ward Councilman Leon get elected. They seen Councilwoman Ladell Lewis get elected. They seen Councilwoman LaShawn, get elected. They seen Judy get elected. You know what I'm saying? So when they seen people like that, when he gave them like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like I ain't got to do that much. Then you might have people like you might have Ladell because you see people that she pushing behind. You know what I'm saying? And she probably telling this is all you got to do. I can do this, and that's what's really. I'm gonna be. Oh, yeah, we got that one. See how she just came on here and lied, and this for me from the vent. She's lying, family. What's up, Hassan? Pinch back in the building. Thank you for tapping in, good brother. Let me see what Maurice said. Maurice Davis gave 18 and Winters and Mickey all praises last night when we discussed the grant to Police Foundation from Ruth Ma. He was concerned. Also, funds are for blight and community policy. Policing. If I said that, community policing. Blight was giving tickets. I mean, I could believe it. So they come in three things. Let me see what they said. They come in three. They came with the same three things. They're going to fix blight. They're going to take care of violence, and they're going to create jobs. I'm so tired of hearing that. Listen, I don't know how they. I don't know how they going to get blight fixed. I believe they will fix it up, just not for the people that's here. And that's my humble opinion. Let me see. I just, in my humble opinion, I don't think they're gonna fix it up. See, we gotta see. Listen, and I remember this. I remember when Art was down there, people weren't listening either. You know, they was at the time. Man, I'm gonna tell you why the brother Art caught hell. And I know some of these are y'all favorite people. What's up, Raphael Bird in the building? When Art caught hell because it's beef with the past administration. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, and he fell out with this current administration. But the brother was only trying to do what's right fires with the water. And that's why I think, like, you know what I'm saying, why he caught a lot of hell. And I'm not saying because, and I'm not trying to trying to do a revisionist history, but you got to go to the past to understand the future. I mean, the present, to dinner to gauge what the future finna be like. Like Maurice, he was on council telling y'all this was going when he was doing this show. But like I say, it was they got caught up, and I'm being honest. We got caught up because Trump. What's up, no trouble? Because Trump was the president, and Maurice. And the reason I keep saying that because that's the only thing that we gonna hold against Maurice because he voted for. I ain't gonna. He didn't. I didn't hear him say he voted for Trump because he went and asked Trump for some help. I mean, I'm just saying this is what we gonna hold Maurice to that right there. And I think a lot of people haven't really understood. Like, I get it, but that was during his first term when Trump was in there. He went to go ask for that help. But you had a Democratic president and people, and like I say, we let the Democrats slide and they do all type of racist shit too. And we'll let them slide. Should we hold other people accountable for if you voted for the Clintons? If you voted for the Bidens? I'm just saying, should we hold them accountable? Let me see what Philip Johnson. Our struggles aren't the same. Some of us don't get it because whether we see it or not, we ain't in it for sure. Let me see. Philip said maybe it's the rhetoric, but can we hook up and get these folks running for things to put their name on some paper and have them to do what they say legally? I wish we could. Let me see what Katie. And I understand our position at this point. He has to be at the table to make changes, and I don't think people understand that. New one, thank you for the $5 super chat. It's Friday, family. $5 Friday. I get exactly what you're saying, Katie, on that. You have to be at these tables. That's why voting do matters. I mean, even though I don't believe voting gonna get us out this situation, I'm gonna be honest with you. But you probably can ease some of the pressures that's going on. And I will say this. Let me see. Dollar BG say, but the governor's doing the same thing Maurice did. He said he has a relationship with some in the Trump administration. But they was not mad. But see, we don't get mad when they do it. We get mad when we do it. Let me see. Obama pretended to drink the water. You got to the top to get help. Fact, you have to go to the top to get help. But I don't, and that's what I understand what Art was saying. Some of these people who running, do y'all really know what y'all running for? Or is y'all just finna be running in that? Because Maurice said, like he said, even I would tell you, mess around the mayor call you down there and will woo you. Let's quit acting like these people who ain't been getting grant money, you start getting grant money. You know, we seen the ones who went, but we saying they took peanuts because that's what we see on the front side. We don't know what they really got on the back side. We really don't know. We just assuming. Let me see what Winter said. She said, yeah, you need somebody down there that knows what's going on. This is not the time for on-the-job training facts. Let me see what Philip said. If voting didn't matter, we wouldn't have people at every level doing things to deny folks the right facts. Let me see. Darrell Brown could be Candace if he can get the Valley, Stewart Hood, and the estates to vote for him. Candace is neglecting these areas. He should run on that. I don't know why he's not. Is Jan Marie behind him? Because Jan Marie took her to the brink. I just think she got some help allegedly through that clerk office. They always let me see what hold up, Mick. Mr. Davis should have been reelected because with him getting in contact with Trump and got a response shows and he has effectiveness. What other council members can be effective like that? People don't see that. Let me see what Philip Johnson, Florida's doing this own save act and dodging the Fed for not following them. Oh, let me see. I don't know why he over here at Land Bank. And going back to T, she's like, he could win because they just going by the mock. But you know what, T, what it is, that mock college area gonna do way more voting than the Valley, than Stewart Hood, and the states. That's the difference. If you can get down there 75 to 80% voting out of that, them three areas right there, you would think they would control the 7-4, but it don't. Let me see. The big money families in Flint wanted Maurice out because he knew too much and had connections that didn't work for their agendas. Using him reaching Trump worked at the time because people didn't know. But see, a lot of ours was giving them hell. But they soon to forget. Look, they wasn't mad at the governor up here, Democrat. Did y'all know at the time the Democrats, if I might be wrong, straighten me out, people. Didn't the Democrats have both houses legislation? I mean, both houses in the state of Michigan. Because I remember to a meeting me and Winters went to when they was, it was some Tea Party members there. It was a Democrat who switched over to a Republican. We had, might have been some MAGA supporters. I don't know. But I know one thing. They was pissed and saying the liberals had took over. How that the Democrats have the state, both houses, and you could not come back down here and get this situation fixed. Let me see what Mark Hudson said. I don't know about y'all, but when you hear these brothers talking about unity, it turns my stomach. It don't mean nothing. It tells me you in somebody's pocket. That word alone mean nothing without details. Facts. Facts. It's just to me, these just some ones they just figuring out the hustle game. I mean, believe me. That's why then you look at the clicks. I look how they be running. I be laughing because I be like, it's just funny to me. But listen, I don't know why Miss Jan Marie didn't run again. But I would if I was whoever running in that 7-4, I would be over there talking to the person who took her to the brink and how to get out. And I would probably be over in that ward too. And over there in that 7-4. See, I wouldn't be scared to go in the areas where the white people at. I wouldn't be scared to go over there. I wouldn't be scared to show up to prove my point. I wouldn't mind having a debate. What's up, top of the morning to you, Georgia boy? I wouldn't be scared to go do it. That's like they scared, but you gonna see them at the grocery stores. You gonna see them down in council. How are you scared to go in their neighborhoods? The Democrats are also finding. The Democrats eat their own. Just look at the different ones who want to come. Look, Joel came on here. Probably. You good, Petty Fish. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying you would be you wouldn't be mad. I mean, it's just like I don't get it. They be act like they scared to go in that part. I'm going in that part if you part of my ward, regardless if you not going. Regardless if you don't want to talk to me or not, I'm going over there because you in the ward. They be acting like they scared, and when you be seeing these people getting elected, 100, 200, and your ward down there 3 and 4, 5, maybe 9,000 people in it, and you getting what 10% of the vote in your ward? Some not even getting that. I would be walking in that ward, and then what's so gangster when you do? You can be cheated out. You can still be cheated. Let me see. Yes, what Denise Cousins said. Yes, which proves it's money, not political sides, that decide things. The money families run all the way to federal, and they are both Democrats and Republicans. Flint has to get out of sides. They got to figure it out. Let me see, Kenneth. I'll put an offer out to those who have showed up already and keep it open for those who might not want to be left out. Facts. What's up, Demetrius? Donnell Meredith. I almost must thank you for tapping in. But they act like they scared. They act like they scared. Like there's no way you can see it. But like I said, you see if it's true that Mick from Mayor might want to come on here. If it's true, with the one guy, he wanted the questions. We wasn't gonna get him. You was gonna get him when it started at 7:30. We was gonna run him off to you, and that's how you would have got him when everybody else heard him. I'm just saying, like, let me see, Raphael. White people just might give them the support that their own people will not. That's crazy, but that just might happen. You never know. Let me see what to say. She said, get y'all memberships for Sunday. We are going to have a great discussion. We are not holding back anything. I will be here just recording. The panel will talk about it, and that's good enough. Let me see what Mark said. Unity is one of them hustle words that harkens back to the past. It has no meaning without a plan. It's a hustler's word in 2026. If it's a feel-good word. Listen, Mark, I gotta agree with you. Because you can see the unity. It's no unity. It's just it's who you gonna be with. Let me see. Flint doesn't have literal walls between the wards. Everybody knows somebody, and any ward can influence any other. Facts. But I think what people is tired of, they seeing the games. They seeing these people get up in here. Some probably have tried to do the work, but it's hard to get it done. Just think about it. Judy's in the fourth ward. Judy was a water denier and been on that thing since she started. You can go, like, listen, I guess Mr. Peachy had a come to Jesus moment. When he went to Judy, you only be on one side. But for the last 3 years, you waited to this time to say something about what she ain't done. It's just, I'm just saying, you waited to now, Mr. Peachy, to come to a come to Jesus moment. You just been living over there forever, probably when it was just dirt roads, and you still there where it's pavement that's shattered. And you mean to tell me that you just now realize the fourth ward look hit? In my humble opinion, I'm just saying, I don't know when did you thought it went down. It just went down this year in 26. 25 is looking the same way, short in 24. But we're going to go past that. Now you want to call her out. What a hell of a time. Liddell Lewis. What's good morning? The lovely Beverly Biggs Levy has touched down. We just not going to go with Liddell Lewis. Leon in the first ward. Councilman. Listen, they didn't know. Liddell didn't know was no money supposed to go north of the Flint River. So now it's a big thing. She didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to come out and tell because you didn't get your 30,000. We still waiting to see where them food trucks gonna park at in Service Park. They didn't learn the game. To be honest with you, Liddell knew to take care of Service Park. Judy knew what part to go hit in her ward that was going to get out and vote. And I could believe they was probably mad at Kate Fields. I was mad at Kate Fields and didn't know her. It was just some of her voting, some of the stuff she would be doing. But it's the way the game is, in my humble opinion. Like we going to be, you see, with Davina. Who just hit me with a $5 super chat? Jelly Donut said, $5 Friday. Glad you leading by example. You are a great example and continue to educate your fellow human. Happy Friday. Thank you. I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, go back to the water. Brother Elliot, 7th Ward. Tell you how the water is. Right across from me. Uncle Carl, 3rd Ward, right across. He told you how his water was. So I understand why he's so passionate about a lot of things that's going on, but we have to really look at our elected official, the mayor. I told y'all the FNU meeting. I remember when one person came down there to try to. This was a resident from his ward. This was a resident. A resident. They shut him down. Said we don't do politics here. The mayor came up in there to dog out the council members about that $1 million they wouldn't give him, even though he had 114 million in 0.7. But it was all right for him to do. That's what I'm saying. Go look at the different people, how they were lost. And I never seen so many people trying to protect, you know what I'm saying, black men. I'm going to be honest with you. I never seen people that would sit up here and protect a black man. Let me see. Katie said, Kate Field was better than Judy. Yeah, I mean, Judy was a straight up a water denier, and I don't understand why the 4th Ward not mad at her. I don't even know how people can line up with Adele Lewis, to be honest with you. I get it. A lot of people sitting over here. Like, I even see the people in the community. Some of them they might call community. I don't know how they be cool with Liddell. When I see Liddell on these different forums and stuff, I be looking like, hot damn, how did she get there? And I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? When you was running around saying, look, y'all had to back, I get it. But that shows you like a lot of people they be running with is, and I get it. You posted about get the paper, but at what at what choice do you get it? You can come out and say, "Oh, I can't help it. I got 2 houses," but you want like right now, she want people to actually to vote for her. Even with LaShawn, with her good, I'm not a Neely girl. Find out if LaShawn not a Neely girl. Find out if Liddell not with Neely. Put it on the floor. Subpoena his ass down there to get to the questions. Subpoena him. But Liddell not gonna do it. LaShawn not gonna do it. Even the councilman in the 1st Ward. If y'all really see all they doing is just trying to tell the mayor, hey, our people ain't got their money. What's the hold up? But they still pushing stuff he won't do. Let me see. Still mad at Kate, but at least she was aware of what she was dealing with. All I've seen in Judy's eyes has been resentment for what I don't know. She got her kitchen, what she got to be mad about. I don't know neither. You know what Judy resentment is? I'll tell you. They didn't found out Judy a little a little snake in the physical form. And that's what Judy mad about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to be honest with you, look how Judy, when her and Dennis is the only 2 whites on council. Hear me out, family. She let Dennis get crucified. And she knew what Dennis was saying. He got crucified. Judy didn't go. Judy was like, you got to let it play out. This is the conversation she had with her nephew. It might not be verbatim, but she left his ass out to dry. But then when Judy said colored, and then when she messed around with me and Trevor in the hallway when she said the Mexican nigger word, when she called that Mexican a Mexican nigger, Judy she lucky though. Trevor still had love for him because she could have been buried. She could have been buried with that. That's why I don't understand when she be calling herself taking shots at him. When Judy, he heard what you said just like I did. One thing I will say, he didn't break code like you did. But that should show you what type of person that you're dealing with. But what's shameful is that she got to get away with it because Liddell, I'm talking all them blacks that was riding with her, even the late councilman in 3rd Ward, see, they rolled with that and let a lot of stuff go on. They allowed that to go on, so Judy allowed them to do what they wanted to do. That's why you think she mad at Liddell now. And Liddell should be mad at the mayor. Hell, can't I mean her and LaShawn got a battle for that second ward seat. She should be right. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, DMCF fanboy, what is the population of the whites? You guess they probably would kill more if you 100. Or you like down at 200 million when we only 12% of the population, 48 million. Even if we lose 200,000, 300, that's a lot on us when we only 48 million. Judy is basically a low rent Paula Deen. Facts. Facts. But see, that allowed Judy to get away with certain stuff. And Judy, but see, I blame Liddell and I blame Candace. Now, how Candace been stopping Judy, but y'all was letting Judy do all of this. Judy just realized now, like, she know it's election season too. And that's why I would say this when I did hear the councilwoman said when my man threw it, because I'm only repeating it because it was brought up at council. When Tanya said the man said he threw his middle finger up, he did it at Judy. I don't believe that. I believe he was lying to the councilwoman. We have to be careful on that aspect. He wasn't. He was throwing it up. He wasn't just doing that to Judy. And reason I'm gonna tell you, reason I'm gonna go what I believe he wasn't saying he was just lying to you. Go back and watch the ENA board and go watch the lady Judy put up. Allegedly, them two stay in the same household. Allegedly, they stay in the same household. So if that man was putting the middle finger up at Judy, would you think Judy would have put the person to live in the house with him on the ENA board when he, when you live in, if this, let's say they family, he could easily be like, look, cuz or sis. Damn sure if they in a relationship, that's what I'm using allegedly. He could be like, no, she's full of shit. This was she, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't believe that. I just believe he playing the game in my humble opinion. I just like when Judy said she was scared. Judy wasn't scared. I didn't believe that shit when she was saying that to you, Tanya. Oh, Judy was scared. No, I don't go with that. Because if you scared, you wouldn't be in on none of the stuff that's going down. That's why I look with Davina. Oh, Davina not scared. Davina is knee deep in it. She loved the game. And I get it. I would be holding on to my 90,000. I get it. I just hate when people be saying, oh, these people scared. Scared of what? When you scared, you don't do nothing when you be scared. You won't do nothing. So no, I don't believe that. I believe that's just like a cop out. Oh, they scared. No, I'm not finna have no sympathy. Because if they were scared, that things, like I said, we go back to 21. If you were so scared, you wouldn't let 20, you wouldn't even put that down, let him get on the ballot. You're not scared. Rena not scared. And I keep telling y'all, why y'all think they not making no big fuss? We can say, oh, if they take the Vina out, oh, Gloria get in. They ain't taking the Vina out. We know this. We know the next ones who do come in, what Davina showed them, she'll work with any administration. That's what Davina showed y'all. She'll work with any administration. She put the signal out there, say, I'm with it. We just don't want to accept it. She put the signal out there that she with it. But we don't want to accept it. We be the worst ones. We be the first ones. We be so scared to say anything. We act like it's against the law if we say something. I'm being honest with you. We act like we be we be lost for words. Davina not scared like Miss Inez Brown. I will get a mayor this. He probably forced her out because he didn't know which way she was gonna go. As you seen on her way out, she said we need to start doing stuff right. So it was a reason. And if you think that man ain't come in with a plan, he came in with a plan, moving things around, and he had the right people, the right 5 to 6 votes that he needed to move people out and move people in. Let me see. Federal government pauses all obligation of funds, whether already appropriated by Congress, grants and loans. They are pausing all funds at this moment. This is not normal. Well, the end is here. Maybe as the United States as we know it. So people about to be shit. But if they is pausing them, where you see that at, Jelly Donut? If they is pausing, about time. If they let this be ran amok though. I'm just telling you. I got some stuff. I was gonna bring up Roland Martin, but I mean, why was he mad at them? It says, man, I was looking at something right here. Boy, this is rough right here. Let me see where we at. If they pause and it's time to shut it down. I didn't know, man. Maxine Waters, y'all didn't tell me this. I'm looking at Maxine Waters, them. Maxine Waters, 87, Nancy Pelosi, 85, Clyburn, 85, McConnell, 84. Shit. They gotta stop this. They gotta stop. We come on now. This just came out. Wow. Let me see. I didn't know that. Well, it's tight now. Don't know if it's related and if it's not for everybody, but where a lot of folks think stuff comes from old white men, they're often old white women holding the club over their head. Dizam. Let me see what time said. Hey, fella, you put one A1 on. You can't break a soldier's arm because he's telling the truth about the military, not wanting to fight this war about oil. The military men losing their lives for oil. Listen, they don't care. They don't care. I was gonna pull it up. When you got Trump, like they don't care. And they're doing the history on, I mean, just people, and he was a draft dodger. See, I'm looking at it just to me, I'm looking at this right here though. I was trying to figure out like how did we get here? To be honest with you, like to me, this was damning to me right here when I'm saying American among three nations to fuse and to recognize slavery. Like that is just like downright diabolical here. Like this is like, this is downright nasty right here. And ain't nobody saying nothing about it. Like we just gonna sit up and like this ain't no big thing. And I didn't really want to get it from brother Roland, but I had to go over here and get it. What's up? What's up? What's up, good brother Rodney Thomas in the building? Let me see. The election of Jennifer Granholm, who was from Canada, shows that Flint is not in control of the choices here. She got garbage brought from Canada to her. Shows you what she thought of Michigan. Damn, I didn't know she was from Canada, Jennifer Granholm. It said there is not private message on here. Correct. I'd rather say not how I know publicly. Well, you know what? You can hit that email, jellydonut 810 News Media Group at gmail.com, and that'll be between me and you. Let me see. Who is a KGB Putin is a trained killer who was in the Red Army. That is real facts. And let's not forget when Trump named office, he had a private meeting with who? Putin. Let me see. As blatant as the fraudulent write-in Third World War was last year, y'all Flint folk don't have a freaking chance, and you better believe it. For sure, Jelly Donuts. You better believe it. Let me put this up because I was putting this up here. I didn't, I'm gonna see. Hopefully, this is terrible right here. I gotta put Roly up here, Roland Martin up here. Hope he don't get mad at me stealing this from him right here. It is what it is. The U.S. is not recognizing its own atrocity. It's like Australian giving reparations, but to former slaves, not people who were enslaved. This is crazy, but I'm glad somebody finally brought it up because we not even paying attention to it. Old Roll. Let me see what old Rolly got to say about Ghana secures UN backing on slave reparation. Let me see what Rolly talking about.
Bahama has received overwhelming support from the United Nations members to recognize the past transatlantic slave trade as a crime against humanity and the need for reparations for African nations. A resolution on the matter was introduced on Wednesday at the General Assembly in New York. It received 123 votes in favor, 3 votes against. They were Argentina, Israel, and the United States, while 52 countries, mostly European, including the UK, Portugal, and Spain, all abstained. Here is when this is when the vote actually took place.
Resolution A/80/L48 entitled Declaration of the Trafficking of Enslaved Africans and Racialized Chattel Enslavement of Africans as the gravest crime against humanity. Will all delegations confirm that their votes are accurately reflected on the screen? The voting has been completed. Please lock the machine.
No.
The result of the vote. The result of the vote is as follows. In favor, 123, against 3, abstentions 52. Therefore, draft resolution A/80/L48 is adopted.
Folks, as we said, the 3 countries that actually voted against this resolution were the United States, Argentina, and Israel. The countries that actually abstained from the vote: Albania, Andorra, Armenia, Australia, Austria, Belgium, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Cambodia, Canada, Croatia, Cyprus, Czechia, Denmark, Estonia, Fiji, Finland, France, Georgia, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, Japan, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Malta, Monaco, Montenegro, the Netherlands, New Zealand, North Macau, Norway, Oman, Palau, Paraguay, Poland, Portugal, Romania, San Marino, Sao Tome, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, as well as Ukraine and the United Kingdom. They all abstained. There were 52 total abstentions, 3 against, and 122, of course, the votes that actually were for this numbered 123. Ghana's President Mahama spoke about the transatlantic slave trade earlier today.
Your Excellency, Secretary General of the UN, Excellencies, permanent representatives, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, progress is made in little steps. It is a forward motion towards something better, and changes often come incrementally. Today marks the International Day of Remembrance of the victims of slavery and the transatlantic slave trade. It is a day on which we honor the memory of the approximately 13 million African men, women, and children who were enslaved over the course of several centuries. We remember them through articles, oral histories, through broadcast programs, books, music, visits to museums, monuments, and memorials such as the Ark of Return, located right here at the Visitors Plaza of the United Nations headquarters. Through these activities, we do more than remember. We document and
Let me
educate.
pause it right there.
We gain greater perspective.
Pause it. Well, I'm back. Let me see. The U.S. is built off the heads of African Americans. Our Social Security numbers, our balconies. Why would America make their money maker? Let me see. Time, name on that, said that. Let me see. Controller, let me see. If people think but they think, constantly, they think Jim Crow is, they think is over with. I told you because they gave us Obama as president. People didn't understand when the UN brought this one, barcodes. That's what you were saying. Okay. My bad, petty fish. When if they, like I said, you had Colin Powell and Condoleezza Rice. They didn't even show up to it. I mean, they didn't even want to mess with it. Denied it. But I'll say it again. But see, that's the problem. They won't that, and that's what I think. America don't want to take responsibility on what they did. Like I say, you could be killed for being taught to learn how to read. And I do get it when people say, "Oh, it was slavery." Yeah, it was, but it wasn't like this. At least over there, when they would at least they would educate you into their system on how slavery was, but it wouldn't seem like this. Where you wanted to keep a people deaf, dumb, and blind. You didn't want them to be educated, and didn't want them to even dress. Like I said, you can go pull up and see on some of them how they had them running, dropping the food out, was dropping it down what they was giving them to eat. But see, that stuff they don't want to talk about. Like I said, we even go back to Jack Johnson. They ain't talk about the lynchings went down, how the police rushed the cameraman because they didn't want to see a white man get dropped. And look how long it was, 25 years before they let it be another black heavyweight champion. And it was Joe Louis. But look how Joe Louis had to be. And after Joe Louis, just think about it. Why you think right now? See, we don't want to talk and be honest when you're looking at what Mayweather going through. He got to lace him back up. They don't care about, they listen. But see, we don't talk about where allegedly Mayweather suing them for over 340-some million. He wasn't paid. But see, we not gonna speak on that. They want Mayweather, in my humble opinion, back in that ring because they want Rocky Marciano to have that 49-0. They want him to be that is who they want to say was the greatest heavyweight champion of all time. That's the stuff they want to say. We know what it was. It's about if it's coming back down to black and white. Why you think they so happy with Usyk? They was happy when I'm not gonna say he whooped Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? He whooped him. Do I believe that first fight, did he give him some extra seconds to get up? Yeah. When he dropped him. Yeah, in my humble opinion. Can we question a lot of stuff with the sports world? Yes. Yeah, I mean, but that's what. Hey, Philip, what you say? The Memphis Massacre in the 1800s. To this day, people get violent before they let a black man vote. But see, if we say something like that, we in trouble. I know I'm in Ohio where I lived for 30 years. They had people at the door denying people entry to the polls. What's up, Cicero? Thank you for tapping in, good brother. But this is the stuff that we have to go through, to be honest with you. But we'll say, it ain't no racism going on. Hell, you just had it at the United Nations. I thought the blacks was their friends. When they be hollering, Israel's our friend. I thought we was y'all friend too. But I guess we really ain't y'all friend. That's what I like, America got its own issues, but we ain't worrying about these issues here. We'll go over there and complain about but I get it. They want to control. That's like with Trump. He went right over there. All you saw him was brag. Yeah, he went over there to Venezuela. We did this. We took their president because we said they was bringing drugs over here, but you let a man out that was selling hella tons of drugs in America. Just let that make sense for you. All them people, all my wallet is good since Trump been in office. How is that wallet looking now? But you know what they gonna do? They ain't gonna speak on it. We ain't seen none. Ain't none of them gonna speaking on it. What Trump doing? None of them. None of them want to speak on it because they don't want to admit, even with these wars, you going to attacking other people. It's wrapped up in, I'm gonna say it, white supremacy. Whether y'all like you know, if you get mad what I'm saying, in my humble opinion, it's wrapped up in white supremacy. We just gonna be honest with it, whether you like it or don't. That, to me, that's what it is. You got the the United States don't even know why they went to war over there. You got some say we went because Israel forced us in the war. You got the president saying Pete Hegseth from what is it, the Office of War or whatever, Defense of War, saying he wanted to go. You had Marco Rubio, well, they was going to do this. You sent the, and I get it why they don't want to do no deals. You got Trump saying that, oh, they ready to do this deal. You got Iran saying, we ain't talking to you about none of that. But we know gas is $4. But all this off of ego. Right. Facts. But you know what, Constance? When they start seeing them caskets come, that and watch who gonna be doing the most hollering. Watch. I haven't seen it myself, but there's supposed to be documented record of the U.S. backing the drug cartel south of it. Hey, anything possible. Let me see. The fact that Trump tried bringing up taking Canada as part of the United States prove he knows the royal family has so much power, and he hates that. A tribe he can never be a part of, no matter what. But this is what they did. They finally got their cowboy in office. They finally got their cowboy. Let me see. This has been the plan since they took the dollar off the gold standard, going back to Breckenwoods. Dollars attached to the petro. This is driven to control the facts, the conduit. But if they start saying they won't, like what Iran saying, we want to do our oil in different money, maybe the wine, then all hell gonna break loose. But you know what it would be? Yeah, ability. But you know what it would show? It would really show once again the arrogance of an individual. But see, they know. Like, I get people didn't want to listen. Go look to the people he got in this office. Look at the people part of his administration. We think Neely administration is got stormtroopers shit. Neely might be Darth Vader. Trump is Emperor Palpatine. He trying to push his galactic all the way through. If you really want to break it down, we got a bunch of Darth Vaders, but when I tell you Trump is the Emperor Palpatine himself, that's why you got people soaking it up. That's why you can hear a person say, well, you got to go over there. We got to go over there and fight. Fight for who? Like, what is I'm a gang going over there to fight? Come back, body broke up, just for some people at the top can keep eating? And now y'all using all this, like I say, they bringing religion in on this stuff. But like I say, a lot of them don't like Tucker Carlson. I'm not saying Tucker Carlson is the best. Like, I didn't agree with none of that, but I'm not so foolish where I won't go listen to what people saying. Like I told people before, ain't none of them Yoda up there. I'm just ain't nothing but a bunch of demons. I hope so. I can tell you that. But I'm just saying it's like, and I can't believe like some of the, that's what I'm saying. I'm still baffled by some of the conversation I had with the good brother Trevor. And I know, his family up here, so I don't want y'all to think. And I know probably this with this war going on, Trevor probably ain't had time for my conversation right now. But That's why, like, I go back over some of the conversations we had when we was on here. Like, I didn't understand it when he was saying, like, no, we didn't do the school. They did it. And it's like, how you know they did it? But we want to believe, then it come out they did it. Is we so blind to the fact when it come to war that we'll just believe whatever these people say? And that was like the thing when he was like, well, they came through the border. But he found out that was a hoax. But when we was and my thing was like, you really believe that? And that's the thing with this, like, you believe, and I get it. What they saying, oh, I don't want to be called. You can't call me no kid. And I get it. That's what you don't want to be called. I'm not saying he did it or not, but my thing is, if you wasn't over in them people countries, you couldn't be called nothing. And they always come with, oh, they gonna welcome us with liberation. Let me see what Jelly Donut said. Fighting for that dollar. That shit. If they gain control, they can keep printing. Anyone can pull up an M2 money print supply graph from the federal FID federal government site. All these dollars printed is not for nothing. Facts. They will defend him until the wheels fall off. Facts. They believe it, and that's what I don't understand. Like how you can believe, and that's really like where a lot of our disagreements came with. A lot of our disagreements. Like, I didn't believe, like, you could not see no wrong in this. Like, even with the alligator jail, like, we didn't believe, like, I didn't agree with that. But I have to sometime back and go back and understand. I have to go back and look. Like, damn, like, where do we get with, like, and I'm not leaving out Obama. Obama had the kids in cages. But it's like, it seemed like it don't, America never ceased to amaze me how they would treat individuals, especially of melanin. And I'm not gonna lie, that's why I didn't never understood. Like, he was the Republican I was talking to, and like I said, that physical therapy, it was the Democrat. They both believe, as far as the ICE agent that killed the brother down in California. I mean, with the brother that got killed in California, they was like, hold up, we got to see all the details come out. That was a Republican and a Democrat. Only time they differed is when it was in Minnesota. And I'm not gonna lie, Trevor still believe he took the side of ICE. The Democrat was like, "No, hold on." He said, "Hold on," like, "Nah, that was wrong what they did." And that's why when I had to go back, I'm like, "Damn!" But they won't. And I'm not gonna say. And I get it. This is probably like a lot of our and I'm not saying, like I say, he was, like you say, he was on a black platform, so he understand it. But it was just like, that's why I be understanding when May says a cultural difference with us and with them. Even though we've been here the last 400 years with them, we still having a cultural difference in 2026. And this is what is so crazy. This is so crazy. Like, how is we still having this cultural difference? How is it that we supposed to expect to be like, we just supposed to take what they giving us? I don't get it. Like, how do we got to keep taking what they give us? And then they feel like they gave us, and well, we gave you Obama, but it was still black people getting their ass whooped. Black people were still getting killed up under a black president. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, was I surprised? To be honest with you, Marty, no. No, that's why that's why Trevor, I wanted to get his point of view from him. No, I was never surprised. I was surprised by the Democrat, though, when I was at physical therapy. I ain't gonna lie. The one surprised me was the Democrat, because when I seen how he took a different position about the Minnesota thing, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm not gonna lie. It started having me pulling up books going on. You can look on my page and see. When I started pulling up different things, said people have to believe that they can be rich like the president. They think he is self-made. If they work hard, they can do it. Not realizing his grandpa and father make it rich. He has inherited wealth. Facts. Said the military brainwashed those soldiers like slave masters brainwashed slaves. Facts. And that's why, like, you know what I'm saying? But I understood it. Like I got it, but it was just like, man, he was asking. He'd tell you, if y'all would have probably quit watching us off our phone conversations. But I would never try to shut down his belief in what he thought. But it was just like, that's why I was saying when he's talking about they came through the border, like, dude, you cannot believe what they be saying. It's even the Democrats. But my only thing is neither one, Republican or the Democrat, they can't see the rhetoric in their own parties. They can't see the rhetoric in their own parties. And that's my thing. Like I said, y'all see, I watch different shows. I watch different people to get different perspectives on them. I don't just get caught. Because I voted Democrat. I'm just looking at all the Democrats. Or if I'm just looking, and that be with my thing. Like, dude, you have to watch all of them. You can't be so caught up into one way. And that's when you'll hear me tell them, like, nah, you can't just take if Trump didn't say this, no, you got to take them all. You can't just take the parts that you like. And that's why I understand what Uncle Carl's saying when he why he's so looking at it. Like, man, look what they done did. They taking people health care. Like, I understand what is passionate about it. Like, he don't understand how people voted for Trump. You know, I get it. And I understand. Listen, I see why they let so many immigrants in. But like, I'll go back to this before I shut it down. The whole problem is, even though to me, they don't want to realize it, they just in denial. The problem with why they want people leaving, because you're looking at the browning of America. And I'm going to say this again. Go watch Pat Buchanan go get his book called Death of the West. You can go on YouTube right now and go pull it up. He was doing an interview with C-SPAN. Go look at that conservative, how he was breaking it down to where they at now. Go look at it, family, then y'all will get an understanding what I'm talking about. Go back and go see what the real issue is. They ain't going to admit it and tell y'all that, but it's more feeling, they more fear that America by 2030, 2040 will be predominantly, and they will be the minority. That's what the issue is. And they don't want to have this conversation. It's just this. They'll brush it off to downplay it. And all you gotta do is go look. Why in the melanated areas where the poor people is at? Why you have, abortion clinics. In the other areas where it's non-melanated, fraternity clinics. That's all you gotta go look at. They might don't want to believe it. And like I said, I had this conversation with all of them. I think I had it with Trevor. I had it with my man. I wanted to his name at physical therapy. I have it with him. And that's what it is. And they don't want to have that conversation. They'd rather just push it to the side. Oh, no, it's not that. Why you want the people gone? You brought them in. So I get it where you see, and to me, and that's what Trump ran on. He dumped into that class. And then how they're taking y'all jobs. What is our jobs? Said if the feds need to slow down new immigration cases and get more attorneys, that alone will help. Asylum cases take over 4 years, and kids age out of their place in the line when they hit 21. Yeah, I'm just saying, but that's what it really is. They don't want to admit it. Why you think it was no problem when they brought the Afrikaners in? You didn't hear nothing about that. I get people, they coming after Ukraine, but we don't see that. We study seeing people of color getting snatched up. And I'm not saying they ain't getting Hispanics too. I'm not saying they not taking them, the lighter ones. I'm not saying they not down there like you down there. Y'all know the language. I'm not saying they not getting them, but we do know the game that really what this whole issue is about. They want to say maybe they is taking our jobs. Who knows? But who doing the hiring? What Marty said, I can't be friends with anyone who votes against my rights, who support white supremacy. You wouldn't believe who all supported Marty. I'm going to be honest with you. Probably the neighbors and everything. We don't know how people feel in their household. But we know it's a lot of people that's voting certain ways. We don't get to see them. Replacement is BS. We started out dark and we're organically heading back to that. Nobody's trying to birth anyone out. Organically heading back to that. Nobody's trying to birth anyone out. Yeah, I'm just saying. Just go read Pat Buchanan, what he was talking about and what he was saying when he was calling death to the West. But he called himself the true conservatism. They didn't so far off on how they had it back then to all this imperialism. Go back and look. This is what they was trying to avoid. But somehow it just got pushed in. Yeah, they started this bilingual mess, and they did family. I'm gonna see y'all. I'm gonna be here. Let me see. And when I know they voted for Trump, that's all I need to know about them. I feel, well, we had some blacks vote for Trump. We had some blacks vote for Trump, so it's rough. Hey, family, I'm gonna be here probably about 5:50. Fact. Bottom line, they're afraid of destiny. They are afraid of losing power and dominance. They had 6,000 years to rule. Maybe it's up. Could be up. Family, I'm going to see y'all. Y'all know I'm going to get in early. I'm going to try to get here at 5:50, start this thing up. So once you get here, we can get y'all 2 hours, and it's time to watch the game. You heard? I see y'all this afternoon. And it's $5 Friday, family. I appreciate the ones that tipped Otis this morning. I'm going to be on at 5:45 or 5:50. She might be here. I'm rooting for a replacement. I hear you, common sense. But I see y'all this afternoon. Oda's gonna be here at 5:45 talking junk to y'all. She gonna get here in at 6, and then y'all know Otis will be out about 7:30, 7:40. So I gotta get to the game. Y'all heard me? I see y'all. Listen, in order to understand opposition, you have to learn and study them. You have to read and watch certain platforms to gain knowledge of how you move accordingly. They did it to us. Yeah, facts. That's how I love. I mean, that's what I be looking at. Love and peace, chicken grease, and big L's for sure. One love to you all. We're gonna get back to it. Like I say, Unc has some stuff. He want his notes. We're gonna probably get on that Monday because it's Council Wednesday, and it is what it is. But we're gonna see y'all because Wendy said she's gonna give y'all a good show tonight. Then we're gonna talk about what we doing Sunday. So peace and hair grease.